You wanna start with the high. Yeah, that's what I mean.
Okay.
Go ahead, Joe.
Okay, but before we go, need a motion to adopt the agenda.
Can we amend the agenda?
Huh?
Colby would like to talk about grader tires.
Yes, real quick, emergency thing.
Okay, but let's do the paving, then we'll go to the grader. And
So you'd like to discuss it?
we need a motion to adopt the agenda.
Well, you have some adjustments
With
to the
the
agenda?
adjustment, yeah.
With the adjustment.
With
With
the,
the
yeah,
adjustment.
with the agenda,
Where are you going to talk about the,
right after the catch of the paving.
okay, got it, sorry.
Okay, so we need a motion out here. Second.
Second.
Okay, all in favor? Opposed? Okay. All right, Morgan, tell us about the extension so we can get this thing going.
We were approached last week through an email with the engineer for, who's working on the Walker Bridge. And they were looking at, the paving portion and the section going towards the farm, the Russians farm. They'd like to extend the planned paving section about 30 feet, 25 to 30 feet. Said it would cost approximately $4,000 out of the contingency. I did ask if if they expected to use any other funds out of that, but I haven't heard back yet. So they were just looking for approval to go forward and extend the paving. This would not take place until the spring when they do the final paving, so there's really no rush to it.
Well, if they do it, we're gonna do it anyway, so. It's.
Yeah, it's gonna be a section we're gonna do afterwards anyway.
What, how much is the contingency again? I know you brought it in there.
There's the 5%.
5%.
Thank you.
Yep.
That's good for now. Thank you.
So it's-
That's fine.
unless there's any more discussion, somebody make a motion to do this,
So,
do we have?
Second.
Okay. Any other? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, Kobe, grader tires,
So we got a gash in one of our grader tires the other day, and I had gone to Pete's Tire and got a new tire for it. The tire is. Well, the tires that were on the grader were worn down and almost ready to be replaced. They're $1,800 a piece, I need 4 of them, I already had bought one. The tire pressure for them is like a very. I don't know, it's like a science thing. They have to be perfectly all even, and without them all being even, the grader hops. And when you're riding down the road, and when you get greater hops, then the road's got chatter in it, and the road's no longer be nice. So I got the price for them, the last 3, and it is $5,400. The last 3 tires,
we just replaced those, I remember.
4 years ago,
Was it 4 years already, went by?
yes,
Oh, my God.
What
Yeah,
happens?
huh?
That's what happens when you use it.
it gets ran, yeah, things have been nonstop moving, so. That's a gash that wasn't really anything we could. I'm not sure,
The gash.
I don't know, I was when I was off, when I was sick. The tires were pretty well tired, there's about this much tread left on them, and the new ones have about that much on. So, I mean, not only will it help us with winter also.
Well, do we have a choice?
I don't think you have to ask, just do it.
Just do it.
I just wanted to ask, 'cause it was over the $5,000,
It's-
so.
Can't run on the rims.
No, I mean, God, I can't believe 4 years went by. Oh, because I remember sitting here with Danny buying these things.
Yeah,
Remember that, Ken?
when Danny bought them, they were $1,500 a piece,
Yeah.
so they've gone up quite a bit, so.
So these have special gauges in them? is that what you're saying?
No, the tires, we have to set them special pressure. And so we have to check the pressures in the tires all the time to make sure that it's set, that the
So
right.
let's just talk about it, just do it. We don't have motion, it's,
Who's Pete's tire?
Pete's Tire Barn is in Chesterfield.
Part of the maintenance.
exactly, yeah.
Chesterfield?
Yeah, they're the
But I
one
think
that,
it's because it's over.
they do all of our, yeah, it's over my $5,000, so that's why I was asking.
Do it.
Okay,
Can we just get a motion to have it on record?
Sure, if you wanna do that.
I think we should do it.
Does somebody wanna make that motion?
Motion to buy new tires.
Okay. All in favor? Any opposed? Okay. All right, so let's start. Okay. I guess the first line is, well, not 10, oh, sorry, in the wrong ones.
Page 4.
Yeah. Page 4, which is, we can't do the salary for benefits now anyway, can we, Ken?
We can, primarily because I just took, and this was based on 4-man.
Okay.
Is what our 2025 is. I just based another, cost of living of 3%. Cost of living right now is sale is only 2.5.
It's gonna be 2.5.
Yeah, 2.5. So I just based it on a 3%.
All right,
When our policy wiggles either way. So I put that figure as 242,091. Is what that figures out to be.
okay.
The overtime.
Well, now
That's
we
up
have-
for discussion.
Now we have 4 guys, so overtime should be way less.
Is that right, Colby?
I can't tell you what winter's gonna be like yet.
No, I understand that, but still, I mean, it
It's,
should
I'm
be
not
less.
saying, it's not gonna drop in half. With,
Well, last year we had 23,000.
We had a couple of mud seasons in December.
yeah, so I mean.
Yeah.
So,
Remember, you're not doing this winter, you're doing the next winter.
Oh, that's true, it's.
Yeah. It's not different, but it's gonna be.
You've already got 10,000 in there now.
Yeah,
That's
that's not enough.
Can you give
Wow.
me that number again, you said?
what we put in for this year.
For the regular hours,
Yeah.
242,091.
So. How do you know what's gonna happen in 2 years?
So overtime. Right now, we've spent, where we stand as we are right now, $1,500 is what we spent.
1,500?
And yeah, of our 10, and we
Okay.
haven't hit winter yet.
Okay,
So I left it at 10 again.
It's 15.
yeah, I think that's.
And then I didn't know what we wanted to do on flaggers. We didn't put anything this year. We didn't budget anything for flaggers.
Well, you got 4 people.
Well, you're gonna have.
Yeah.
You're gonna have some projects next year, right?
But they've got more to back
I
to.
can flag more with, now we have the 4 people.
Oh, okay,
So that
so
should make a
you wanted
difference.
to leave it blank, or you wanna put something in there?
Right now, we spent $108 as of today's date.
108?
Yeah, 108.
And how much do we, 100?
We had 0 calculated, but we spent 108. Do you want to put a figure in there or leave it blank?
We would have heard $100, and then.
I would go 5 if you did anything.
500, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, I agree. Okay. Now, they get all the benefits.
I almost would skip most all of the social, the Medi, the health. I have a figure, but I want to double check them.
Okay, so just leave it blank until we meet next time?
Yeah, the dental, I put 2,000,
For what?
the
Dental?
dental,
Okay,
the retirement. I have $18,280 because I just took the payroll amount here and multiplied it times our Beamer's rate, which is gonna be like 7%.
Okay.
Workers' comp, I need to work on that one.
okay,
And same thing, unemployment, I did 400. Now, uniforms is gonna be touchy. We budgeted 9,000 this year. But Colby's dropped out of using uniforms. Everything's gonna hinge on whether or not, our new employee,
well, why don't we just assume that they can
so
get it?
assume the same at 9 then.
Yeah,
And that's all I've done, so the rest is up to Colby.
And the health insurance, is that gonna be increased? They
The
say
health
10
insurance.
to 12%.
So there's a little bit more, work so far, yes, I put down $77,064. That's based on the new premiums that we just got in. That's assuming that we're gonna have 2 family members on it. But I'm not sure time-wise and age-wise, whether one to become a 2-person and drop down from a family, and the new one's gonna be a family.
So why don't we just leave that blank for the next time, because you don't really know yet, right?
Yeah, we'll check more on David's situation, because it's David, right now, he's a family.
Right,
If Sarah turns 26 at a certain period of time, then they'll drop down to a 2-person. But we have to figure out what her age is.
okay. Why don't we just leave it blank and then,
Okay.
okay, Kobe, here you come. Now, you don't have, you're not gonna have the 2018 Western Star anymore.
Yes, we are, that we're gonna have a truck, but that's the fuel.
Oh, that's right, sorry. Yeah, but we need to make sure you change that.
Yes, I have that in there. Fuel. Pretty much, yeah, there's only,
Now, remember, well, fuel is down now, but you're right, John, you don't know what's gonna happen a year from now.
I don't, but as of right now, there's only 2 things on the fuel I'd like to really change. I'd like to add $2,000 to the backhoe. And I'd like to add, move, the excavator up to 4,500.
4,500,
Yeah,
So you'll put the backhoe at 45?
backhoe and the excavator will be at 4,500.
And everything else stays the same?
Yes, I believe everything else should be good the same. I don't know why there's nothing in the debt fluid though.
You haven't spent,
I've been
You have
buying
it.
debt fluid all year long.
you have this year, so right,
Oh,
okay, so right here you've spent $476.
okay, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. And I think we should, it's definitely be fine for
Okay.
there.
and I told Kim that you gotta change the. it's
Yeah,
no
I did
longer-
it.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's just not printed on this one, but I
Right,
did
yeah.
do it already for you.
Change the order.
The loader is not a cat anymore.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
the same week that we got the loader is when I printed these for you guys.
So the truck number 1. I'm gonna pull a bunch of money out of that and separate it into other things, so this is gonna, give me a second here. Truck number 2,
well, check number 1 is a new truck, right?
2,500, because I'm dropping it down to
Okay,
So you have to what?
2,500.
you need that much?
I'm moving, I don't know yet,
Okay,
it's a new truck, so it's still gonna have stuff breaking on it, so it's gonna be where you gotta wear it in. That's truck number 1,
What, it doesn't have a year,
it's brand new, I mean, it's gonna have kinks in it, things are gonna,
so it's a 20.
It hasn't gotten here
Not
yet.
yet.
but
We don't know what it's called.
it's supposed to be here in 2 weeks, it's supposed to be here.
well, no, it's a Western Star, it just will be a 2020, is it 24
20
or
to be
25?
24.
Oh, okay, that's
I
what.
believe so. Truck number 2. 3,000. Truck number 3, 1,700. Truck number 4, 3,500. The loader will stay the same. The grader will stay the same, and the plows and sanders is good.
Hold on, hold on.
Cats going 6,800?
So 14,000 for the plows and sand,
Number 4 is 3,500, 14,000, yes,
14,000.
I think you're done.
We're there for one.
for 1,2,500.
Repairs and maintenance.
Yes.
No, we're done, please.
Tobacco, I would like to move to 3,000,
3,000?
yes.
I got that.
We should use it more.
It's getting used a lot more, we've been having, what was it we spent on it last year?
Here. These,
We spent,
we only changes for those.
it's $300.
43, 4,373 is what we spent on that.
The tobacco's, what is tobacco,
What's
what
that?
is it?
Wait, pause. There's.
Huh?
Can we just pause just for a second?
Yeah, she was, we're just getting caught up.
So. What was the tobacco number?
3,000,
What, you know, how much how much we spent on so far this year?
$4,373,
On tobacco?
On this year?
The fuel?
just for tobacco,
No, for repairs and maintenance.
repairs and maintenance, yes,
Well, that is, so what contributed to that?
that was the whole electrical issue.
Okay.
I don't wanna bring it up all the way up there, because I don't think we'll have the electrical
No,
issue again,
So what did you want to put it in at?
3,000.
I got that. Oh, it's a.
Okay,
Now the chipper stays the same?
Chipper stays the same. The mower and blower, I'd like to move to 2200. The hydrant repairs is fine. The trailer, I'm not sure what we're gonna do with that yet. The excavator, I'd like to move to 2000. And the unforeseen damages and small equipment repairs, I wanna keep the same. All that money, yeah, I know, well, it's 1,000 is what the small equipment repairs is.
Well, we have to put some kind of number in for the trailer. I'm assuming you're gonna buy a new one, is that what?
Well, right now, the trailer has 500 in it. Is what it's set at.
If you bought a new one,
If that's,
you would have very little.
if I wouldn't have to touch it if we bought a new one, but if we fix the one we have, then I have to put money into, so that's why I wouldn't know what I was gonna do with it.
Yeah, that's,
Is the new one?
Yeah, but it wouldn't be in that, this budget we're doing.
No,
It would be
no.
Here,
yeah, it would be in this budget. You gotta assume that it's either gonna be a new one or a refurbished one.
That's kind of hard to tell. I can't, it's one or the other, I mean,
No, but I mean, so if you have a refurbished trailer or a new one, you're not gonna have a lot of expense, is what
No.
I'm saying, so maybe you just leave $500 in there.
I didn't change, touch it, I
Change
just
the
left
lower
it.
tire or.
Yeah,
we're gonna do something one way or the other with the trailer. It's either a second-hand one or.
Right, but that's not gonna come out of here.
I have a couple of printed off.
Yeah.
That's how you figure your repairs.
Yeah, but either way, John, you're gonna have a new trailer or a refurbished
That's what I
trailer,
just
so
said.
there shouldn't be much expense.
what would be an example of a small equipment repair?
Chainsaws, when they break, we bring, they get fixed, weed whackers, lawnmower, stuff like that.
Okay.
Okay,
You don't have to replace any chain, John.
No, we have pretty much all brand new chainsaws except for one.
They're selling all the pieces.
Yeah, they're not cheap, the last one was $800 something a piece, and it was the cheapest one I could get.
good old Husqvarna.
Yeah. Plows and contractors, zero to zero, tree,
Why don't we
I can figure it
move that
I
line?
Yeah.
can,
Yeah,
it's been enough years.
tree removal is, I like it, it's fine.
Hold on,
What did you do? I couldn't understand what you all just said.
Take it-
The plowing contractors,
take it out.
I can remove that line item. We haven't used it in years.
I understand, thank you, sorry. It's hard here.
Tree removal, we didn't put anything in last year.
No,
Well, we spent money.
we did. We didn't spend, $350. That's what we spent out of it,
How much?
$350. I'd like to get some tree work done, but it's not really enough money in the budget to do any tree work either.
Well, I think you should put at least 1,000 or 2,000 in there, should they?
do you have do you know if they're billed hourly? Like, I know you were.
I think it depends on the job, the
Okay.
danger of the job. And how much equipment they have on the job, I mean, it's kind of,
Do you think $1,000?
How much did you put in
would be
there?
very far?
Well,
Did you put a number in
I think
there?
probably 2,000, an extra 2,000 will get us somewhere, but not very much, I mean. Typical contractor, by the sounds of it,
200.
you're talking $3,000 for a day's worth of work.
I'm just trying to put it into.
So I mean, a minimum of 1,000 would be good
1,000?
Well,
on the tree removal.
you plan, you've got trees marked now, do you plan on doing?
I'd like to, but I don't have the money to do it. I thought I did, but I got a price on it and I can only get about maybe quarter of them removed.
What was the price total?
Well,
It was more than what I had, I haven't.
you don't
written
have
down
any
the
of that,
office.
it's all for this year.
No,
I think you have to put a number in there.
2,000 in it.
You had 2,000 a couple of years ago.
Was that spent?
What's it going on?
I don't think that was spent.
Now, was that spent? Must not have been.
It was not.
No, zero.
The actual is zero, so. no-
This year we spent 350 of it.
350, okay.
But if you, I'm just thinking, if you already have trees marked, if $1,000 doesn't get you very far, then you're still in the same problem.
Mhm.
So
I would put two
It was
thousand.
about 3,000 for a day's work.
How much?
3,000 was what the price, it was around, yes, like in between everyone I called. That's what I was told.
How many days work do we have on the market?
I'd be happy with just getting 1 day a year done. It'd be a big help.
Okay,
Well, that would be $3,000 then.
We all have workman's comp, right?
Not this year, it'd be the following, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so what does everybody decide to do here?
$2,500?
Well, it's not, if you're gonna do a day's work, it's $3,000.
All right, 3,000.
I mean, if that's what it costs.
contractor that I originally had. That fell through because he didn't have everything he needed to have, insurance and
Right.
everything. Gave me a price of $1,800 for a day. And he doesn't have any of the stuff that he needs to have, so
Yeah.
now we can't have him do it.
Would that take care of the ones over by Lyle's?
By skips. I could probably do that section or the front, or Hinkley Brook section, I could do one or the other.
Either one or the other. but
Yeah,
not
for a
both.
year, and then there's another section in the year after.
So maybe you should put $3,000 in there. And then maybe we could find somebody who has workman's compensation that's a little.
I have
cheaper.
someone now, that's what his average price was for the day. So,
Was 2,000?
3,000 was TJ Carroll from 8023.
Put it in, you always take it out. And the big one is retreatment.
what is retreatment? Oh, thank you.
We've got $476,000 for retreatment right now.
Right.
So come spring, you can do that much.
That includes. There's some confusion, that includes the grant, what we have in reserve and what we have budgeted.
Ah,
So if you, whatever amount you put in here now, you could put with that and do more.
Right,
And that project that you wanted to do was roughly
220.
245.
Was it
So
worth
take
it?
245 from 460, and you got roughly $200,000 left, which don't do a heck of a lot.
no,
I
I think you gotta bite the bullet here, I don't know what the number is, but. We got roads, I mean, we got Houghtonville, that's a bad road now,
I'd like to get the whole.
okay? Now you've got 35, you've got a couple of bad sections, and you got a bad section of 121 couple there.
the whole valley.
And then you got the whole valley road that nobody's even addressed yet. And that's not 5 miles, not 5 minutes, that's a long way,
The village too.
and the village, the back street is awful.
I mean, we can dump as much money as it.
Oh, I know, so I mean, at some point in time, you have to be realistic, I guess.
How far is that project you want to do down there, you know?
I remember the mile, it is written in the grant,
It was less than a mile, but more than half a mile.
but the extent of work that we asked to get done on it was.
Which section is that, 121?
Well, yeah, from,
It was from, the Max driveway, Margot and
Is that
Chapel
the Central Bridge?
to
Doug Bridge.
Doug Road. Including the bridge by the Max.
That is to mill and reshape it, and then a 2-inch pave, then a 2-inch overlay.
You're gonna mill it too?
They're gonna mill it, then do 4 inches of pavement over the top of it.
Okay.
So in order to do a mile, you're gonna talk about at least 300,000 for. What? How far?
We could do, that's if you do it the way we're doing it with the milling and the 4 inches of pavement on top. If we just did a 2-inch overlay after a milling, that would drop our price down quite a bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, also the problem is then your pavement's not gonna last as long as it's gonna last if we do it that way. I mean, I'd rather do it the right way than the wrong way.
Yeah, because you're only gonna face it a few years later down the pike, you're gonna have to put something on top of
Route
it.
35, there was 14 inches of pavement on that when we cut that to do that culvert.
You
That
know
was just
how
over,
far,
but yeah, putting it down and down and down.
you know how far that spot is on 35?
It's just under 3/4 of a mile.
On the 3/4?
Yeah, I'd like to do from the beginning of Red Orchard Road to Almost where the pavement starts at.
That's what should be done. I mean, if you had to do the money, that's what you really need.
That one, and I'd like to get that one and 121 done. Those are my two really big ones I'd like to get done. Those are where we use the most asphalt patch and the most salt. I think it would help both of those cases lower down.
So she,
So what do we need in there, John, to, if you wanted to do all that?
Probably another about $240,000
That's
to that
about
one.
200,000, you're gonna add to it instead of 120.
So would it be 200 or,
And then that would give you, so you could do both of them. With probably a little left over.
Now, with that kind of volume, you think we get a little better price?
That ain't very much
No,
volume.
no,
That's nothing compared to
Yeah.
most places. I could,
But-
I mean, when's our meeting with him?
early December?
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna find out a lot more in December, but we need to do something now. I mean, I'd really like to see.
So we can
both of
put a
them.
number in, and when in December, what date?
There's no date, but it's
Yeah,
before
Yeah,
Christmas.
and he wants.
Well, what's our deadline on the budget? Kim, huh?
November, December, the beginning of December.
Either way, you're gonna need the money to do it, so.
Yeah,
I don't know how much our meeting is gonna tell us.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna be able to tell us how much it's gonna cost us exactly off the base.
and
but-
what's the meeting?
We're going over the project on 121, because we already have the grant for that, we just need to put it out for bids.
But once you spend this money, you're not gonna get any more money from the state for a long time.
exactly.
Well, do you have the worksheet that I gave you for the?
And the roads are not gonna stop either. I mean, the only way you could get it, John, is somebody who doesn't want it.
Yeah, well, that's. what we
Yes, I
have to
do.
do.
Now, the odds are another town giving up money for paving is gonna be pretty slow. I think it's 200,000, like you said, it'd be smart.
You need that much to, you do those two spots. You do them right.
Well, why don't we put it in? And then we can see what the whole picture's gonna look like. You know, at the
Can
next.
we meet with them
budget.
sooner than that?
I can ask, but he's busy.
So. Actually, the figure that we have is not 100, so we had 145,000 in the reserve. 2023, we did that huge project of 204. But only had budgeted 118, so that meant. We had to take money from the 145. Take off the 118, left 26 added, made 263, take off the 204. Our reserve is only 58,000. Add the 120 that we're into right now is 178, 311, add the grant is 378 is where we stand right now.
So it isn't 460.
Now it's 378. My auditors have not transferred under treatment yet.
I think that so we could better understand this paving, there's really need prices on the village, the Townsend Road, and upper 121. So we're only dealing with two now, we're just going back and forth on them, maybe we can go some other place and do some, but we don't have any idea what it's gonna cost.
That's the village, Townsend Road and Houghtonville, is that what you said?
The village, Townsend Road, and upper 121. Them are the three other spots. Not that you're gonna do them, at least you know how much they're gonna
Yeah,
cost.
well, could you get that, could you get that bid before, I mean, estimate?
I'll have to call him.
Yeah.
Where are 121?
Total.
Holmville.
So you, okay, but after the bridge,
got-
from the bridge,
You got a good. What do you think that is, 200 yards out there
in the.
that we got done after the flood?
Yeah,
So we got from there, from the bridge back to the dirt and then
Okay, so the bridge.
from there, from the Stagecoach Road to. Well, pretty much the old schoolhouse over there,
Mhm.
that's. That's probably about 3/4 of a mile together, maybe half a mile together.
I don't think it's 3/4, but.
I think you're probably about a half mile together, so you're probably talking. You're in close to the 200,000,
I would think that he could give us an estimate of possibly how much it costs per mile, and then we can do the figuring from there.
Yeah,
And, when we ask for cost per mile, can you just explain what we're asking for? Is it shim, mill?
You'd want a bow bag and shim and 2 inches on top of that.
Then you got culverts to go in there too, when you're gonna do that, if you got beds,
I don't have any bad ones out
Oh, you
there.
don't?
I'm all set.
Even on 35?
35. I don't have any bad ones through that section. And
121
one 21, I don't either.
Okay.
Those ones I'm all set. The only place that I have culverts on 35 are back closer towards where the old sheep barn was.
Right, yeah.
That's the only place
There's
I
one
have.
bed when there's.
Yeah. And that's not even a project, so.
So then you just strictly a paving estimate.
So Kim, you said it was 3 what now?
I come up with
378.
378, 311.
378 is what she came up with.
That leaves you roughly about 130.
130 what? Well,
Without you putting it in here, depending what you're gonna put in here.
so how much more do you need over the 130?
Depends what you're gonna do.
Well, if you did all the sections of, we talked about 35. 121.
You aren't gonna do all of them.
You're only gonna be able to do 2 of them.
You're only gonna do one of those.
One of them is, the only thing we can do is 121 because of the.
Well, that's the worst.
That is yours. Then the second one, I would like to see 35 get done just because that's higher traffic than the other ones.
Yeah,
But, I mean, not really, we probably could do. I hate to say it, but we probably could do just a mill with a 2-inch overlay. That would make a big difference with helping it as well. You don't necessarily need to go to the full 4 inches. For that one,
Where
Which
is
one?
For the whole,
on 35.
the 135.
but you got 136, if you put 120 in, it gives you 250. So it'd be approximately, you could do that up there,
Yeah,
if you put 120 in.
Well, we did that last year. 120.
No.
Yeah,
But
you're
you've done
going to the same.
You've done it for 2 years.
If you wanna go more, that's my point.
Well, the problem is, I don't know how much it costs to do the village or.
Yeah, I gotta find
Valley
that out
or
first.
Holton, so with 120, it'll do
the
this.
village, are we talking about just the back streets?
That's the worst.
I would almost just do an overlay on the back streets.
There's a back street done up from the. By the
Yeah.
church around in there.
Yeah.
Those ones, I think I'd almost I just do an overlay on those ones.
But you gotta remember that you got hydrant shut-offs and you got catch basins, so you gotta, fix them up before you just can't.
But you can mill around them.
Yeah,
You don't have to mill the whole road, you just mill just around the catch basins.
yeah, but if you're gonna raise the road, you gotta raise them.
Not if you can mill around them.
No, they go around.
Cause sometimes they just go around just the catch basins and those. So the catch basins, they'll have to, they'll just thin it out as it gets to the edges of the catch basins, but, I mean. The best thing to do would be to mill it. But you probably would wanna, do you really wanna put some money in it, make it right, mill it and do a 2-inch?
So why don't we put 120 in, and then maybe we can get some better estimates for the next meeting.
You don't want 20, so you know you can do these 2 projects. Yeah,
And then, yeah,
and then just, so we know how much the other ones are gonna cost us. That's all we really need.
you want me to ask for a mill and a 2-inch lay?
What you think is, should be done.
Okay. I'll ask them for. Home bill, I'll do a mill and 2-inch lay, and I'll do a mill and 2-inch lay on the back street and School Street. And up to the church.
Yeah. Now, I think the main road is all right.
Yeah, I think so.
You're gonna paint the lines anytime soon?
I am just barely I was gonna do it this week, and I hadn't, I was off sick, just barely got back.
What would you do out the valley?
And I don't wanna half it, so. Like to do. we're gonna do them, we gotta do them so they're gonna last long enough in order to keep, otherwise we're just. You're doing every repeating circle, never gonna get it caught up, so.
What's a 2-inch overlay?
Probably a mill and 2-inch overlay, because I think, cause they, like 35, that was so out of whack, milled that almost back into the correct shape it had to be, and then. Fixed the rest of it with the paving, should have, so.
Right.
I would probably do another mill and at minimum, mill and 2-inch overlay.
Yeah.
121, the only reason why I wanna go into depth on that one is because that one's so freaking. Out of shape that it's gonna take that 4 inches to make it right.
So what do we want to put in there, 120?
Yeah.
Okay. The next thing is bridge maintenance, but I mean, you paid $17, but. I don't know what that was for. I don't know how much maintenance you can do with $17.
I don't know, that must have been before me.
But
That's something you spent on.
you,
I did,
No, well.
Zachary?
it must have been Mike. Oh, it was, yes, it was for the concrete down here at the bridge, it was me.
okay, all right.
That's it,
So
yeah.
we leave the 0?
I would leave that one at 0. I don't foresee me breaking into the red job again. Street sweeping is good,
What,
2,500.
2,500,
how much?
2,500. Beaver maintenance is 2,000.
Why do we have to
Yeah,
have
why do
that
we
as
have to
one
do
item?
that?
If you're gonna do.
Because I would leave it for me.
Take it out of your regular budget,
I
that's
think you have a regular budget, what can we take that money and put it back, I've already spent how much?
we aren't hiring to have it done, we're having the town crew do it.
That doesn't count as my supplies for my beavers?
So instead of being contracted services, you want beaver maintenance just moved into another category, so
Right.
that, so I'll just,
That makes sense.
okay, so on the same amount, just move it to another category.
Right,
Okay,
okay.
We also put beaver maintenance on our emergency, plan. And we discussed it, last few weeks ago,
What?
beaver maintenance.
Yeah, but we're gonna do it now.
Yeah, we just wrote it.
I have been for the last 3 weeks.
We
Yeah,
just
so-
wrote it in our housing
So we don't
mitigation
put any
plan,
money in.
it's a plan that we're gonna
Oh,
continue in.
The generator contract is more than $600, isn't it?
Wait, are we leaving small
Yeah,
equipment
small.
and?
Small equipment rental,
We don't need any of that, are we?
do we need that for a line item if we're not using it?
I mean, we get so much equipment, we need more.
no. I've never rented anything.
I mean-
Well, actually, I rented Jamie's,
Yeah, and
yeah, that's technically small equipment rentals.
cedar,
The cedar, I don't know what that cost us.
haven't got it, though.
Yeah, you did, I signed it already,
Then did you put it under the GIA?
yeah,
Oh, so it's in grants and aid if that's the case.
we talked about it downstairs like 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it must be a big bill.
It's
for
under
grants and aid.
GIA.
you already.
Okay, so-
Wasn't it like $100?
I don't even remember seeing the bill.
We'll leave it in grants and aid, you know?
Yeah,
It was on the warrant. you signed the
that's the
warrant.
only time I'm gonna use it, is
I know.
stuff like that is for the grants and aid stuff anyway.
So leave that 0.
Yeah.
What is the new generator contract? Remember the price?
It's like, and here, did you, yeah, it is. I don't know the price of it, it's actually small, but equipment rental 0. I know.
Generator contract so far, we've, it was 717 last year, is what we paid.
It went up, didn't it?
We had it last meeting.
Yeah.
We haven't had to pay it yet this year.
Huh?
We haven't had to pay it last year.
We have an estimate, don't we?
Seed
I thought we got,
Yeah.
This is for their generator at the town.
right.
We just signed one for the elementary school.
Oh, but not for the,
That was, yeah, I was gonna say, that was for the school, I don't,
Yeah,
Oh.
we haven't gotten the one for the,
I remember, I thought so, but maybe I'm wrong.
maybe I'm getting them.
no, I don't have anything yet.
Let me look at
Last,
the
last
minutes.
meeting, we okayed one.
Yeah, and I can't remember if it was the school or the township.
Okay, so AP and payroll, just so everybody is here, Michelle had today off, and yesterday was a holiday, so she's gonna come in and do AP payroll tomorrow, so that it should be ready like Thursday for signage.
Okay.
And if it is, it's the case last time, it's probably sitting in the pile to do.
It is, I got it right here, just give
Okay.
me 2 seconds.
I remember being in town hall, in town garage. I remember.
Yeah, we did it the last meeting.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're right, it was the town garage, and that was,
They went up like $20 or something like that.
the price would be 544 for this year. It went up. $11 from the year before, so I would put in,
I got 6,
I would put 6 is good.
yeah.
okay.
Okay.
And the engineers, John, I was thinking about that. What we're talking about, is it all gonna be if we do this, all this culvert work and engineers and all that?
That's under FEMA.
Oh, it is.
I don't know what this would be under. It would be any culvert that you had to have an engineer done that we did.
I'd say any like box culverts. But I don't see any larger
The
than,
ones that we have to pay, we pay
Does the
for.
block wall count as an engineering thing?
that goes under FEMA.
It doesn't be one? Do I need to get that culvert on Cabell Road engineered for the, when I rebuild the head wall?
No,
No, I didn't think so.
I don't know really, did we have any, we spent,
$180, $750,
no-
$750, I think.
nobody knows what that is, do they?
Yeah, give me a sec,
Yeah.
previews. I don't have what's to do with it. Well, we went to Ivor.
Went to what?
Ivor. Was it anything to do with, Cooperman's?
I don't think so.
That had to been
It's still
here.
long, yeah. That was under the grant.
I was gonna say, I think it might have had something to do with it there.
But geez, it should have been on the end.
Yeah,
Well, it's-
Yeah, 6,000.
is that what we need for like our match for that grant?
Yeah.
For that grant? For Patrick Cooperman's? I don't. It's not ringing a bell in my head, but
We had that Bill's friend, his boy is a forester. I don't know if we ended up paying him or not, he's the one that engineered that from Chester, okay.
Yeah, I don't know, other than that, the payment went to Ivor. I'd have to go into another system and go downstairs and check.
well, why don't we check that out?
I thought the engineer.
But do you think we need
Sign.
6,000?
But I don't think we need $6,000.
No.
I'd put that, maybe $1,000 in there or something like that. right?
We voted that any engineering of a culvert the town pays for
Right.
year before.
so if we do any.
So the contractor, the town does it.
Out of the capital budget. Without a grant, we have to pay for the,
Right,
So how much you wanna put in there?
well, I don't know what we got. They would fall under that.
I don't know how much they're,
Like to know what Ivor's was. But
Well, why don't we put 1,000 in, put a question mark and review it?
why don't we put 0 in it?
Okay, that's even better.
We know what's going on.
Okay. And then you can check the Ivor thing.
Yeah,
He might have paid for the engineer and then got reimbursed. But it was the forest that.
see, Bill was involved in that, so I don't know.
Yeah, the forest today, it's his father.
She in?
No,
No, is it Irene 211, do we still need that there?
well, the July 2021 rain contract or.
But it says Irene 211.
The title, we can remove
Change
that
the
title of
title, yeah.
2011
So,
for Irene, but we just got paid. So I'll remove that. But we just got money in from 2021. Flood.
so we put anything in here? We can't budget.
No.
can we?
Nope, you don't budget anything, but we need a line item from this manager. So those would stay zero.
So that whole Irene 2011 is 000.
Yeah, you can come and clean it up when you want.
But will the whole chunk? go
Yeah, you
in?
can do it.
We have to keep it there.
For several years, yeah.
Or should it be called,
Right,
oh, because I thought Irene Fund,
Well, she can change the name.
change the name to random.
Yeah,
funds.
I highlighted to change the name to the 11 of the.
Alrighty, this is gonna be fun.
Yeah,
I would like an extra $5,000 for my culverts.
How much?
5,000, would like to move it up to $12,000. Each, say if I buy only 18-inch culverts for the year, I can only, they're $550 a piece, I can only buy 12 sticks of culverts. That only equals out to maybe 6 jobs. And that's, this year we have on the plans, by the end of, by the time the ground froze, we'll have 9 projects done. Each project is at minimum 2 sticks, sometimes more. And that's $550 a stick, it's if only we buy 18-inch ones. And a lot
That's
of
based
them
on 18-inch culvert.
Yeah.
If you did a 24, it's more.
are 24, you're talking like $900 something a piece. And that's
So
like
that's
$20 stick.
$1,000, well, a culvert.
Yeah.
$1,100 a culvert.
And also my head walls come out of that price. And my DI boxes will be coming out of that price.
How much is the head wall?
Head walls are about they're 600 and
Another culvert,
the culvert.
another culvert. That's-
Yeah, you're talking another, just about the price of another culvert.
So an 18-inch culvert is $2,000.
Mhm.
So you don't end up doing too many for $5,000.
No,
So what's the real number?
$12,000 is what I like.
How much?
$12,000 is what I like. The number to be.
That would give you 6 culverts.
That's not being unreasonable.
No,
No,
So put it down, as you can always change it later.
So is that including head walls or not?
yes, there's head walls in there also.
So you want the name to say culvert?
Culvert, really, you say culverts and
Culvert
head
slash
walls. There you go. Full patch, I'm gonna leave it at 2,000 because.
How much?
At 2,000, because hopefully we won't have as many roads to patch next year, I don't think we need to. Raise it anymore. Guardrails is 0,
why don't we remove that item, because that's in the capital budget. isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, because guardrail repairs comes out of the capital budget, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, probably move, all right, so maybe I'll move Beavers down there. Beaver supplies,
That makes sense.
okay, because that's under materials and supplies, so I'll
Right.
put Beavers down there,
Yeah,
okay?
good idea.
Buy us some carrots.
no, well, I bought. Oh, probably what, $400 worth of paneling so far.
Yeah, here's.
It was just the big number, it's always the problem.
No, wait a minute,
No, it's because we were lining it up with something else, I can't remember what it was,
for Beavers.
yeah. Anyway,
frankly.
gravel. I'd like to move to 45,000. I'd like to lower the road repairs to 15,000.
Why do we have those separate?
I don't know, the way I was always, when I started, Mike told me to spend my gravel budget and then use the road material budget for extra gravel for the winter time. When we were using it in mud season.
Why don't we put them all on the one?
That's what I was gonna say, why don't we
It
just?
would, it would be nice. It was, well, I do buy, I do put my ditch stone under road repair materials. But you want to put it all, I don't think we can't put it all under gravel,
So-
like you said.
Yeah, so audit suggests if you're doing riprap or anything of that sort, or road material repair like that, it goes under road repair, gravel's gravel.
Yeah, you don't buy that much riprap stuff.
Not much riprap, but I buy a lot of ditch stone. And I also use the road materials to buy my pea stone and stuff for the mud season. So that my pea stone and my ditch stone come out of the road repair material.
Shouldn't some of that ditch stone have been reimbursed in the grant,
Some of it, yes.
like a lot of
A
it?
lot of it.
Well, a lot of it, yes, but a lot of it also is like the 121, that's all out of our pocket.
But I mean, really, we don't use a lot out of our budget. of just-
No. Peastone, how much did we buy in? The bills downstairs were one of them.
Yeah,
I didn't apply for minutes. Better give it to you. If it
Good.
goes wrong, thank you.
I'd like to say put in 60,000 that covers both of them, just one item. It's the same as what you got there now. But I don't see a sense to have them separate.
The auditors
I kind of agree,
felt strongly about it for some reason.
makes it easier.
But didn't the auditors say?
I was gonna say, the auditors don't want us to do that. So if you've got riprap and
Well, we
stone,
could start, we could, why don't we leave $10,000 for riprap and stone,
under road repair material, or you wanna name it something different.
call it stone. Then I can buy my ditch stone, my pea stone,
Right,
if
so
I
you
need
want,
riprap, I can put it
so
on.
what you wanna say is road repair ground,
Or just.
Stone.
build
Just
it
stone,
right.
just stone material.
stone material, all right.
Okay,
I'd leave that at $10,000, just move the rest of it into the gravel,
So gravel will be 50
yeah,
and stone is 10.
then the auditor's happy,
Okay,
And that next one was 10.
yeah.
and salt, we don't know the price of salt either, do you?
$94 a ton,
It's up again.
it's gonna go up, the lady said that today, I talked to her, she said it'll probably
Next
go
year
up
it's gonna be
another.
more than $95.
Well, she said it could get up into the $100 this year. So,
How many tons do you get?
a lot. Actually, not as much, last year we did a lot less than we have in the past. But a lot of that was the winter that we had, when it's a wet winter like that, we don't need to use as much, but. What was it you said today, John, that we're gonna have a sleety winter? If we have sleet and a lot of rain, we're gonna use a lot of salt, so. I would like to leave the salt right where it is,
At 70?
at 70.
How much we spent on sand so far?
67.
Yeah, 67.
Yeah, 67,000.
Where are you gonna get sand next year?
That's what I'm talking about, another thing I'll talk about, so. The closest place I can found with good sand that's worth buying is Putney. Or I also found it from Josh Perry, we can get some from him, and his is good. Basin Brothers is not so wet, not so great, it's kind of topsoily, nasty stuff.
Who's in Putney?
Josh Perry hauls out of there. It's the pit, you know, the pit on, the airport road in Putney,
No.
or Dummerston, I mean, sorry.
Yeah.
Right there, you go underneath the interstate, and it's over there. I don't remember the name, I have the name written down, I have to call him and get a price.
Bucky didn't buy it.
No, Bucky didn't buy it. But I'm shooting towards Josh Perry, he has Hodgkin's pit.
Yeah.
And he's got the lowest price, I guess, sounds like it's like $16 a yard. That's just what I heard from, the foreman from Athens, so I gotta call him and get a price on it.
No more trucking then.
That's us trucking it.
Well, trucking is 16,
Us trucking it at $16 a yard,
that's not bad.
it's not terrible, but he's over in New Hampshire. So you're gonna have a. Up
So
in fuel,
16 times 3 is about 48,000.
yeah, 48,000.
That what you've been getting, 3,000?
Yeah. Yeah, well, this year we got 4. I bought 4,000 this year.
6,400.
So are we leaving the salt the same?
It's all the same, yes.
But sand,
What about sand?
Sand, I'd like to see it stay the same at the moment until I can find out what.
How much sand do you think you've got right there now?
Right now in the pile, I have 2 years worth.
2 years, ago, yeah.
Yeah. I'm guessing we probably have about 7,000 yards.
So
in the pile.
do you wanna reduce this one? To make up for some of these ones that are went up on
That would be a good idea if we could.
every year?
We can do that.
If you've got that much,
From 40,000?
I don't know if I drop it down that much.
because you went up 5 on the.
We're at 70.
Too low?
55?
55 would be probably as low as that dare go.
Over budget, then.
I don't wanna screw us in the year kind of.
roughly 1,000 yards. You went down to 45, it's roughly 1,000 yards less.
Yeah,
So you go,
You'll be getting 3,000 yards instead of 4,000.
so can you go down 45?
If you've got 10,000 yards up there now,
I don't think I have 10,000
well,
yards.
say it's 9,000 yards.
I bet you we're about 7,000 yard pile right now. I went through last year, I went through 20, I think we were in the 2,900 yards we went through last year. But again, it's also, I don't know what the years ahead are gonna be like, I mean, it could be. I could go through 4,000 yards in a year. I mean, really, I don't think we were sanding as much as we should have been sanding also a lot of the times. So. Can we go 50? Can we do 50? I think that's too high still.
What do you think, John?
I don't wanna pay a lot of money for storage.
No, you know, you shouldn't, because the budget's going up.
That's what, if you've got enough for this year and then some left over, like, it looks to me like you're gonna have 2,000 or 3,000 yards left over. And if we drop this to 3, that still gives you 5,000 yards. left over.
Yeah,
I don't think you're gonna run out.
no,
So what do you want to go to 4,500?
I could see the price going up from 16 to 22.
yeah,
So 4,500, John, is the number? Looking at it, 40.
So very good. I don't know, somebody else say something, I don't wanna.
I don't know.
Do it all.
honestly.
I mean,
I mean, you don't want to pay money for store.
no, but when you add these figures at the end, you're gonna see it have a big surprise.
I know.
And there's any way that you can cut that back down, and
yeah,
when we do the other part of the budget, there's some bonds and all that that we've got to put
Yeah.
in, that we never.
So why don't we put 4,500 and then revisit it again if we have.
45,000.
45,000.
yeah, please don't put 4,500 in there, I'll be screwed. It's about 4 trucks loads.
And we can revisit this, in 2 weeks.
Yeah, no, I think he's right, probably the 45,000 would be enough.
You said that was delivered by him?
That's me hauling it in. Him delivering it in, I'm guessing we're gonna be in the 22 range probably.
Given that, do we have to reevaluate the fuel and repair?
No. Cause instead of one truck working with me every day, it's gonna be gone running, so the trucks are gonna be running the same amount. I'll just have to have one person fully timed designated to haul materials.
So what are we talking about at least an hour per trip?
Where's the Bundy?
No,
No, it's over in,
Elster.
Oh,
yeah,
you gotta figure it out.
yeah, down to Bell's Falls, just over Cold River is an hour round trip. So you're probably talking 4 loads a day.
You can't go under the underpass.
That can,
You can't.
yeah, that'll shave a little bit of time down. Yeah, you're probably talking, if you're lucky, 4 or 5, probably 5 loads a day if you're lucky. On in, so,
That would be what, 5 times 60, you got 80 yards. Times 3, 240 a day.
240 yards per day?
Hmm.
Did you say
240.
240?
yeah, 15 yards at lowest.
16 yards load, I assume that's probably.
15 is what Palmer charges us out, so. It also depends on, cause New Hampshire, it depends on where we go, and when we go over there, cause we don't have a weight rating, or we don't have to follow in Vermont. I don't have to follow any of the weight laws, but New Hampshire I do. So they load us a little lighter in New Hampshire than they do in Vermont, like, in Vermont, they'll load us 80,000 pounds, in New Hampshire, they're talking 70,000 pounds,
So given that, would somebody be trucking like all summer?
pretty much.
Okay.
Once they get done with sand, they'd be on the gravel.
But with armor, you will
Well, we
get
switch
charged,
it back and forth. Maybe.
you'll get charged 15 and you probably were getting 16.
Well, I like to get help us out a little bit.
Will you load it yourself?
I live myself. I charge 15 yards and probably putting 16.5 yards in the truck.
How much is it?
What's that?
How much was his a yard?
$19 a yard delivered.
How big a truck do they, how much do they haul, say?
Same size truck. Well, it depends, because if some of them run triaxles, they haul a little bit more than we can, but. And once we're over in New Hampshire, because we have to scale over there in New Hampshire. Our trucks weigh a lot more, so they can't put as much weight in the truck, so that's also another thing. It's still, it's about the same, it's the same amount of material either way, we're gonna be bringing back in. But your 15 yards, we're gonna be bringing in,
What did the trucks get an hour, $100?
oh, I don't know. Probably.
But is that what we used to FEMA, $100?
I think it was around there, was there for a triaxle, for $100?
Yeah, I think so. Was it 100 or 120?
Uh,
120 seems right.
What's the fuel cost, for each trip probably,
Freeze trip. Okay. It's a tank fuel a day,
or a day,
tank fuel a day, 80 gallons of fuel a day. Is what you'd roughly be at,
so you have to figure that out. for the whole
80
summer.
times 3.
You go to electric, you see, it's like-
Yeah, I don't think so, we get one load a day, we're lucky.
Exactly.
They're running $350 or so fuel
A week,
a day
a day.
for each truck.
My truck gets 2.5, 2.8 miles a gallon.
Okay,
So if you multiply that and then divide it by the days, is it worth the 19?
John, for a 10-wheeler, is that what we're talking about?
Try it, well, yeah, Josh Perry would be a 10-wheeler, because that's all he runs.
Well, either way, a 10-wheeler was 100 and then a triaxle was 125.
That's what I'm just trying to figure out,
Yeah,
but it's very much different.
I think we should do the 45,000.
So, let me get this right straight. You're gonna draw it and
That's what I think, don't know, I gotta find out if he can do it, if he can do it for a reasonable price.
yeah,
Then I'm gonna have him do it for a reasonable price,
right.
makes a lot more sense that way.
So you're gonna figure out how much you would be doing it for.
Yeah, I'm gonna call him, I gotta get some more prices, they're not even in the sand. Hauling right now, yeah, they're still,
He doesn't have any work.
Josh, he's doing all the work down here,
That's not it. You don't have anything else.
no, but I gotta get all of them some more.
So, yeah.
I'm trying to find as many people as I can right now in the area.
You're gonna figure out though how much it's gonna cost us. For load to bring it.
Per load,
Or per hour or per yard,
I can do per day,
per yard.
per yard,
Well, we do it by day. You
Yeah, all you gotta do is add your fuel and add your,
man hours.
man hours and the $100 an hour, $125 an hour. Divided into your 80 yards, which you're bringing for the day.
Yeah, then you know what it is cost you per yard.
I can't imagine, I don't know what it would be, but I don't know if he do it any cheaper, no, I don't know.
So why don't we leave it at 45 and then we'll be
Yeah.
back again next week, in 2 weeks, whatever it is.
Do what?
Leave it at 45 and then we can see what's. That's okay with everybody.
25 is the overhead for these.
There's a line for FEMA, we don't worry about that, right?
So where in here?
The next line is FEMA.
No, that's better back roads.
Versus right.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. No, oh, yeah, that's right, I'm sorry, V-Trans, yeah,
Yeah, those are grants, so we
Yeah,
don't
so-
usually.
yeah, okay. Chloride,
Chloride, I'd like to move down. I'd like to bring it down to 4,000.
You use not much of that on the salt.
I don't use chloride on the salt, I use calcium, they call it blue goop, I can't remember the correct,
So do you charge that chloride?
no. That,
Where's that?
we haven't bought that in a long time, I'm just trying to clean it out, it's too expensive to buy. I'm just getting rid of what we have, and I'm gonna make it so I can just fill all the tanks with chloride.
Okay.
Well, it also turns our salt into a hot salt, which doesn't like it doesn't last very long on the road. It'll burn just about anything off of it, but
So what about road signs?
I'd like to add $1,000. Bring it up to 3,000.
Then replace that many signs?
You want,
Well. We spent,
Yeah, but this year we did a lot of signage because we changed.
I didn't get to pick, I didn't ever got to do any of the signs that, I didn't pick a single sign to replace, I was all. I never chose the one to replace.
We've already spent $2,355.
How much?
2,300.
2,300?
It's,
Some of that is
Spend
going
it
to
up.
be reimbursed for a safety grant, right?
I thought we got the safety grant for the signs.
Yeah, we did, but didn't we have to code the signs to the,
no,
so how did you code that when you? Got the.
oh, it would have gone to signs,
Yeah,
unless. Safety here? No, I don't think so, so probably went there.
That school bus sign isn't being used anymore out by Rights, is it?
by where?
Rights, Archibald,
I think it is.
Yeah, they still turn around there.
oh, they still go out there?
Yeah, they have one,
Who do they pick up, the youngest?
Jan and Jason's youngest.
Oh,
Who?
Jan.
Jason Archibald.
Oh, Jake's, yeah, okay. So what are we doing here?
Well, as long as we don't plan on trying to replace every sign in town for everyone, then I think we should probably keep it where it is.
Back to.
Yes. Supplies. Okay.
I'm good where we are at. I think we spent
Where?
supplies,
Skip that.
So what are we doing with that?
1,300 is
We're down at.
We're 15.
1,300, right?
Well. That's what we have left right now, we spent 119,
Oh, for this year,
yeah,
yeah,
but you were 15, so what do you wanna do, 15 again?
I'd like to do 15 again.
So back to when you were wondering about the I-board,
Yeah.
750. That was Rick Rapp to Turner Hill. And he's under that category because he's a professional slash, so it's a slash engineer. So we had to bring in somebody because nobody wants to like.
Can't haul
Rick
rip,
Rapp
we can't haul rip in our trucks.
in our truck, so we had to bring in somebody else.
Oh,
That's where the 750 came in.
oh,
With the rest of that was clean up for 1,000, so we had to charge 1750.
so what did that,
I had Ivor haul, I did have some 6 foot minus
yeah,
rip wrap, and I didn't want to put it in our trucks, cause it,
but why would they go on the engineer?
I don't know.
Engineer slash professionals. Because
So
He's a
he's
professional.
a professional hauler, he's a hauler for us, he's outside, it doesn't really, it's not just specifically for an engineer. Where else should we just, we don't, yeah, where else do you wanna put it? He's a professional, we called him somebody special, is what it is.
okay. I got it.
So when you say riffraff, what is that?
Stone.
Giant
Giant
boulders.
stones.
Oh,
It's like on
this is
the,
like the stuff they just put at the base of the, park
Bigger.
entrance. With some of
Yes.
that stuff.
Bigger.
it's
A
like.
lot.
Pretty big.
Like, I'm talking like
Oh,
It's the stuff,
massive, size of the table.
It's that.
okay.
and it's the stuff that they use when they had to rebuild the stream banks, that kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
we missed on 121 a section after the flood, and we caught it when we were mowing, and so I redid it this year.
Okay, gotcha.
have you been up on Parker Hill where, Taylor's been grudging out a piece of land for Danny and it's got this big rocks? What's he gonna do with all those rocks?
Sure, he's gonna keep them. Whatever, everyone's looking for rock.
I mean, these are huge, like you're talking. I mean, I'm just wondering, he's home, he's not,
I'm guessing he's using to build walls or something.
these are too big.
So what are we leaving at 1,500?
Alright.
The miscellaneous supplies?
Yes, and
Wait, hold on. I asked Canada that there was air gas. That was put in there, and there was a statement.
Yeah.
Actually, we didn't.
Okay.
Okay, you got supplies, tool and inventory.
5,000,
Things last year,
yeah.
Okay. No, there we are. Okay.
radio. You got, I mean, don't you take the old radio out, put it in,
Yeah,
We need to find somebody to install.
I have a number I just got. the
but
other
do we
day.
need 1,500?
We're gonna have to pay somebody to do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna pay someone to put them in.
You got $1,500 to take a radio in and out?
He's not, he was hired.
No, I
with the tools and inventory?
leave it at 5,000. No, it could probably go down. You probably could put it down to 500.
Oh, yeah.
I can't imagine a guy charging more than $500 to take a radio out.
Well, I already took it out, it's the installing that I don't, that we don't do.
No, I understand
Yeah.
that, but I can't imagine $500, that's a lot of money
Yeah.
for a radio.
What'd you do with tools in the correct?
5,000.
Can you check with the rescue?
Is there any
We did, that's.
piece of equipment or tools that you need that you don't have? That's expensive.
That's where I buy my shovels and stuff.
Yeah, this doesn't,
I've been trying to get. I mean, we're stepping up in the tools quite a bit right now, cause I've been buying a lot more things lately, for Lane.
yeah, that's why I asked,
Yeah.
any special tools that, that we should be buying.
One thing I was gonna talk to you guys about is I'd like to buy him a scanning tool,
A what?
a scanning tool.
What's that?
To scan so he can read all the codes and all the trucks, the
Oh,
big
okay.
trucks.
Anytime, man.
How much?
You're talking well over $1,000.
Oh,
You're in $2,000 range for a cheap one.
Can't you just borrow one or rent one?
No, why, there's who would I borrow one from?
But I mean, that's not, I mean, that's not, it's not cheap, but I mean,
that is
No,
not-
but I mean,
That's what it sounds like.
No.
It's-
Except from.
Sounds like it's valuable.
How's that gonna help?
it's so he can plug into the trucks and see what's wrong with the trucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Like a diagnosis,
was that.
like a diagnosis.
Yeah, I'd probably get it from staff on. So I mean, it's,
so do you want to increase that to 6,000 so you can buy the thing? I don't
That's
know.
it, yeah.
Or
I think
just
that's
try
what
and
John's
get it.
going for.
Yes,
Did you get it for 5,000?
How much is this thing cost?
$5,000.
yeah, about $1,000.
You still have
No,
4,000 in your.
I can't see it.
Yeah. I think we should leave, I think we can leave it, cause,
Okay,
I mean, I bought chainsaws last year. That went into that price.
but
I
I
don't
think,
need to buy chainsaws this year.
but I think you should buy, I think you should need.
Yes, I have been, he has a lot more tools than he did when we started.
I mean, if he can diagnose the problem and fix it, that saves a lot of money from bringing it down to.
It's $200 an hour down
Yeah.
at Patriot
With
It's a crook anyway.
the electrical problem that we just had,
with the backhoe.
Yeah. no,
No, that was a backhoe when you can't even plug into that, it's so old.
On telephone, the older price, that went up, but
So what do you put for that?
But,
detail went up.
I would
That's it.
probably put 2 on
that's
that,
a.
just bump it
It is
up.
out of my thing.
2,000.
What went up? Insurance, you know about that, Kim?
We spent 4,067, I leave it at 45 again, because we're not really adding any new buildings.
Heat, that's another thing, propane is up.
We spent 7,700 last year.
Is that heat for a year, for everything?
Just the
for
garage.
No, just the warehouse.
Oh, just the garage, okay.
Just the garage.
Insurance is just the buildings. What about the vehicles?
We
The
know-
equipment, do you have insurance on those?
That will show up.
That's, we didn't get there yet.
Oh,
Yeah.
There's a.
So what do you think on the heat, Kim?
I would leave it at the 84,
Okay.
but
is that propane?
Yeah. Electricity, I think,
probably bump that up to about 18, I'd say, because you
I
did
had
16,
it I had it at 700, 1,800.
Yeah.
Okay.
About repairs, hoping,
These are.
Repairs maintenance to the building,
yeah, that's to the town.
Was there anything issue?
$270.
Anything-
I'm sure you spent 3,800.
I think that was on the heater.
This year, we've spent 270 so far.
Yeah, I think from last year, I think it was from we had issues with the heater in the building.
And the door, right, wasn't there?
Yes, the door also, we had an issue with.
You don't have heat pumps up there?
The whole floor is heated in the building. I probably leave it for that.
I don't know what's the diesel fuel tank in there for?
We used to have one that was buried back in the old place.
So when we take it out,
We will take it out. The new car, the new town garage grant, I mean, that should come out in the field. shouldn't it?
Pagers.
No, because there's no line for the telephones.
Yeah,
Yeah, there is.
Oh, sorry.
No, the new
New
telephone,
telephones.
the cell phone.
Right. Yeah, we've got that on our list to add.
Look, you still need pages with the
yeah, what's
phone?
the pagers for?
Oh, we
I
get,
guess you do.
I use, yeah, we use them.
Okay,
So they work when they don't have service.
Right,
Yeah.
oh, yeah. Think of that.
And also when the guys don't answer the phone at night, I can use pager, and it's a lot more annoying, it wakes them up faster.
So what do we keep?
you need a separate item for your cell phone? Can't they go into the regular phones?
No, because it's their cell phones, their mobile phones, so we should, and they're AT&T, so it's a different
Are you
carrier.
gonna give it a different bill on it then? You won't-
Yeah.
You won't give it the other? Okay.
Yeah, it's totally different.
Will that be?
it's better anyway, this,
No, we'll split it. So they'll pay their portion for this and then our two for our. So
Yeah,
what was it?
it's better you put the line item in there, so this way the people can see what it's spending and if they ask questions.
So one of the removed lines, I'll move it into the cell phone. And what did you say the monthly bill is?
I believe it was.
It's not gonna be either.
So are you- Are you leaving the pages the same? At 750?
Right, Kim?
I don't know, that's up to you, you spent 979 last year.
What was that?
What did I buy at the pager? Oh, was it, did we have to buy a land pager?
Well,
And we have to buy a new pager for Daniel.
You better increase it.
How much is the pager?
It cost 979.
100.
So should we go,
I thought that was already in here for the fourth person.
that was for Lane, we got the pager for
We ended up getting two pagers and then. Using one as a spare and then his died and we took care of this, took the spares.
it. Yeah, so we need another pager for the new
Back to
guy.
the phone. All three lines for the first year would cost $1,470.
But that's 1,470.
Yeah.
For,
So that's
Full year.
490 a year per phone.
who gets
So,
phone and the
500.
highway department? Are those the three or just you?
Just me.
And you? Okay,
Yeah.
okay, gotcha.
How much for the pages?
It'll be 500, oh, I'm going phone, so go back to the cell phone, we're gonna be 500. So we'll put that where the diesel fuel tank is, cause I'll change that line item, and
Okay.
make that 500 for the phone. Cell phone.
When we're doing the pages 1,000, is that what we're doing? Or are you gonna go back to where
I
750?
don't know what a pager costs.
Yes.
That's the only thing.
Well, what have we paid so far?
$1,000 almost.
No, that was
No.
last year.
Oh, $20.96.
And then there's a yearly fee for that.
Oh, yeah, $20.90.
Last year was 480.
For the year. I would still get 750, I can't, I mean, it just.
All right,
Does that include the fee you have to pay? The yearly fee? That's my other.
Does the yearly fee come out of the 750?
Yeah. That's what I was gonna look up what the yearly fee was.
And their fire alarm system, is that, do we get it, do we, is that gonna go up, you know, anybody?
Those are those,
Those
alarms,
two,
right?
yes.
The what? That's that whole system that I have in there.
It's the high.
Countryside.
Do you know if the price for countryside has changed? I haven't.
So you're gonna have those cameras in,
Our new cameras,
I mean,
yeah.
those were a grand, weren't
Yeah,
they?
but you don't pay, there's
We
no,
pay.
there's no
we pay-
unit cost.
Yep, we pay $50 per year.
Oh, we do?
Yeah,
Yep, and
So,
they've already separated it, so let's ask him where.
well, they got a different place.
Yeah, what,
Yeah.
2 here and 4 at the garage.
Yeah,
For the pagers that, I mean, for
No.
the cameras themselves, I separated.
and then, okay, so that $159, did we separate that or no?
No, you put it on the credit card, didn't you?
I mean, it was used with the credit card, I don't know.
Right, it was put on the credit card, but I don't think we've gotten that bill yet to break it out.
No, but
We
where's it?
did because Michelle asked me for the invoice last page, yeah.
Okay.
So I guess we'll have to look at that.
Yeah, we'll have to look at that, see if she split it up. Okay.
So do we have to run a new line item for those?
Depends on if she already chose one or not.
Probably should.
You're gonna have some under the town hall and some under.
Yeah, I know.
the-
Yeah,
there'll be a
so should
split.
add a line item for Nest cameras.
160 without it.
Are there Nest cameras or like Google Home?
There.
Well, they're Nest cameras,
There.
but it is a Google account, so I'll figure out, but, all right, so we're, how much was that, Morgan?
159, you said?
Yeah, or it's 160, if we could put that in the line item that you wanted me to remove that said you count a lot, grant E, just under the diesel.
Yeah, that was.
are you calling it Nest cameras?
Should we do security cameras?
Yep, we can say security cameras,
What was it again, 160?
yeah,
And if you separate, it would be 120 for the town garage.
120 for the town garage, I think you said 160.
But 160 for all of it.
Yeah, okay, yeah, you got it separate too, okay?
Right, so 120. Gotcha.
The fire alarm,
What would they be for, oh, we have the shed?
it was 4.
They have the shed, too.
There's
The
four.
price goes for that, and then, you know,
Oh, I got the town. garage.
I doubt it's gonna go up any more than that.
in the 480.
If they're right, I would say
The
500.
shed.
500?
Yeah,
That's what
Okay.
they used to call it.
because fire alarm, it was 220 here, that was
So
after
we use
spent.
it too.
Yeah, 220, yeah, so I'd go 500.
I guess.
I think they came and had to do a repair, didn't you, didn't they?
Yes,
And that's why it was 480.
Yeah,
So you're upping that from 300 to 500?
Yeah,
Okay.
now the storm repairs, we don't have to deal with now, right?
nope,
Now we got the other expenses, training now.
well, you guys. Did you show our training?
Do some of that.
we did,
I'm just kidding.
why didn't our pet trainings come out of this?
There's no charge.
Because,
There should have been charged,
nope, it was paid for by somebody else.
Palmer. Oh, yes, Palmer
Yes,
paid for
we
it.
don't get. But you
But you
probably
should go to
should have
training.
something in there.
Yes, let me make more time for trainings and along with everything else I have.
I
So
would
what,
put it on the
what do you want to put
I
in?
would still leave it at 250, it should have something in there.
One come up or is passed?
There is one coming.
Won't come out for what?
Did you get the email about the one on New Thing next week? But those, there's no cost because it's hosted by them.
Another foreman training? Or the meetings that we've been going to?
Yeah,
Yeah, we don't pay for that.
there's no cost.
So a lot of training is free. That's nice.
So technically, I've been going to trainings. Just not that I do the free
That's
ones.
good.
Do you wanna make it
Very
0,
cost
guys?
efficient.
I
No,
would probably keep it 250.
Okay.
Cause we don't have to pay for our flagger trainings.
Yeah.
How much is that?
I have no idea. off the top of my head.
No.
I know we paid.
Advertising, are we gonna hire anybody new?
Well, that's for like our ads in
Oh.
like Vermont Journal.
Yeah, I know, I said, but I mean,
So we spent,
you're bidding and all that kind of stuff. too?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
do you leave it?
so I would still 500.
So you're doing 250 for training?
Yes,
And 500 here.
Now, what's this liability thing? That's yours, Kim.
That's part of the highways liability.
Yeah, but I mean, what do you keep the same or?
We spent 3189 last year and we budgeted 3 this year, so I probably go 33
Okay,
with insurance increases.
so this is an expenditure for. What, for,
The highways liability,
they bill us, it's like an insurance kind of.
well, their equipment insurance is the next one.
But we can.
So you've got
separate-
insurance for the building, then you've got liability on the workers themselves.
I see, so it is an insurance.
So the 3189 was for, was that an injury or something?
What's that?
it's liability, Harry, if something happens.
It's,
She
it's
asked
an
me what the
insur-
3189 was for,
Oh, that was a straight across liability that they charge.
but there was no accident or anything.
Yeah, it's a protection.
And then the equipment insurance, even though we only spent 5,023, I bump it to 6 because we have newer.
The six,
Yeah, I keep it at 6 at
Keep
least,
it.
are they gonna charge you more for the new truck, probably?
probably,
Probably more than the lower.
probably will. new
And the loader,
truck.
yeah, I would think so.
So 6,000.
Yeah,
Now, safety equipment. Well, I put a note in, what is that?
I believe that's what we put some of the safety grant into,
That's just insane. That was for the,
like your waiters.
my waiters, the signs, boots come out of that, don't they?
Us, yeah. The signs were out of the road signs. But your waiters,
Safety equipment would be more like used for the flag and stuff, wouldn't it be? Is that-
it'd be like hard.
We have safety shoes.
Vests.
Our boots,
We
If they have to pay
certification
with
for that?
Budweiser, right?
town buys our boots,
No,
yeah.
not
One
that.
of the old there.
I think they're almost $400 a pair
We
now.
certified with
Are
their
they that much more?
flag.
Shit, yeah, our boots are about that. They're three something.
How frequently
You
do
get one a year,
I've gotten one a year. Actually, I'm almost on,
so that's,
I'm over a year and a half on my pair.
that's $800 for shoes.
Yeah,
Plus the waders I just bought for the beavers. I don't think we got any, oh, we got coats out of it.
you got
Then we
what?
put our coats into there,
Oh, your winter jacket.
our winter jackets went into there. What else did we put into there?
oh, we got Lon's Husqvarna for 129.99.
Those chaps go into the safety equipment,
Tractor chain was 666,
our boots,
and then 1904,
from,
that was, that I had to move, it went from a wrong account into this account for safety equipment. Is that cones and stuff? Didn't we get all those?
Could have been cones. Yeah, we did
Yes,
that
we did
last.
Yeah,
yeah, that was a grant, that was not a safety grant too.
What about the signs we bought last year?
That was under the road
Oh, okay.
signs.
Yeah, that'd be, it was the combs that,
I don't, I mean, speak for you, but I don't think we would spend $3,000
No.
again.
no,
now.
So what do you wanna put there?
Well, you had 800,
How much?
yeah,
you had 800 last year,
800?
this year.
cause those cones cost
They did.
a lot of money.
And then we got-
What is individual repairs?
I don't know.
We spent $7,000.
You gotta remember that not all of this was under me, a lot of this is under
I
Mike.
understand that.
But-
Is that,
That, I have an answer, that was for Patrick Cooperman's project,
Oh.
cause it was.
Money that we didn't have.
oh,
Yeah.
okay,
So you don't budget for that.
so we're not gonna budget for that. No, okay, good.
What are you putting in for safety equipment again?
800.
800.
While we're on safety.
Commercial licenses, they the same?
Hold on,
Yeah.
Kathy's.
What's Kathy?
All of you highway guys have to be up to date on your certification for flagging. Because if you get stopped by any of these V-Trans people, they wanna see your card, and if it's expired, you get fined,
Mhm.
and you gotta do it. We've been talking about this for months. gotta do it. Some rainy day, you guys get on the computer and do it. And it's,
So back to the individual repairs. So that was the project Ivor did for 7150. But the professional auditors have since this, had me take it out of this account because it belongs in.
oh,
So it's been removed from the highways budget and it got put into capital. Per their request.
Where was it paid for out of capital?
Because it was like a road project, I guess, whatever it was that you guys did.
Fixing that.
Chad considered it more of a capital investment project than it was for just an individual repair.
that was a project that was delayed for a long time.
Always.
To get it.
Yeah, Bill was.
Bill,
What are the commercial licenses stay the same?
Hard,
Commercial license stay the same?
Oh, yeah, I had a person do it. You guys paid
true,
for all
we paid
of this?
380, it's usually 100 a person, isn't it? So
Yeah,
400.
400.
That every 2 years?
Yeah,
Is that to renew your CDL? What about, is the medical?
medical card, I think
Medical
that's
card.
under there too, and
is that every year you have to do that, medical card?
depends on your health.
If you're diabetic, it's every year.
It doesn't just, not on just that, it depends on everything there, your eyesight, blood pressure,
Wow.
blood sugar.
But typically it's 4.
Typically it's 2 is the maximum. Some people go every month.
That doesn't come out of their health insurance?
No, this is just so that you know that you're safe to drive a truck.
It will if it falls
Yeah.
under your yearly physical, but if you're off the yearly physical and you have to renew sooner, then you have to pay for it.
Be nice if it was coincide with the physical.
Right, then you
Ah,
have
that's
to
okay.
pay.
If it doesn't coincide, does the town pick up the cost or is that?
Yeah,
I'm
I
supposed
don't
to.
have to pay for our thing anymore.
well, not if you're doing it in your physical, your insurance does. Health, well-being.
Well, no, because it's not the same thing.
It's not, but if you do a physical with someone who is a commercial doctor, like Dr. Schaefer. And if he was your
That's for
doctor,
Dave, it's his, then his cost $300 something.
because he has to go more often.
Oh.
He doesn't go yearly, he has to go more often.
I would keep the general road permit at 25.
General what?
The general road permit,
Well, that's the state, that's the state, you have no. Whatever they tell us, that's it, right?
correct,
I mean, we can't tell them we don't wanna pay it,
yes,
so 2,500?
I would say so.
And the rest of those we don't. Truthfully, they were voted. We can take those off. Except I would leave the miscellaneous expenses for highway. Like,
Okay.
even though it's a 0, the rest I
Alright.
could take off, they never charge for drug or alcohol, do they? No. I can leave those.
Now, since we still have a little more time, is somebody know we do something different, or we do wait till next time to do it?
Well, did we found out what our professional engineer is, let's go back to that right now.
I told you what it was.
I know we did,
Yeah,
put that up, so let's go back to that item, what do we put in?
Where is that from? What's
when
the-
you want, what is it?
Yeah.
what is it under?
Because
Okay.
it's under
Contractor service.
They have to,
Page 5,
For professional engineers?
halfway down the page, yes,
Oh,
it says we were reviewing.
yeah, and.
We haven't spent anything this year.
So we have 0.
we're zero.
Let's leave it at 0.
We put zero till we found out.
Yeah,
What it was,
There's nothing
We
yet.
have not spent.
now we found out what it was, you want to
That's
say.
Oh, I could put 0.
There's 0, but it's gonna.
I thought that was gonna go to capital budget.
No, it's
No,
different.
it's a different.
So you can't haul no more 6-foot lead. Higher.
Damn. We'll have to put mattresses in the back of the dump truck so I can put it in the back of our own trucks.
So what do we do for them?
Well, if you're gonna think of something that's gonna be done that we have to engineer, we need to put something in there.
True, yeah, so.
But what about the trucking?
I don't think that's gonna foresee happening again.
Okay.
If you couldn't get him, you'd have to get somebody else, so that don't qualify him as a professional engineer.
No, not an engineer, he's a professional.
So you're just saying we
Or
can find a different account, to put it in.
Huh?
Right,
You're just
that's
saying we
why.
can find a
He
different
must be
account, to put it
Italian.
Oh, I would put it on a different account, but
in. If
somebody
we
else,
were to get a bill,
we didn't do it because we didn't want to mess up our trucks. Somebody else would do it, they don't care about the truck or whatever. And I'm sure somebody else would.
Odds are me having to haul riprap again like that though.
I understand that, I guess I was just wondering if we were to get another bill. Where would we put it? But it sounds like we're not gonna get another bill for it, so then we're fine.
Well, what about engineers on culverts and stuff like that? Where's that from?
That would fall.
We don't use them.
We don't.
I've never done anything big enough around my knees.
Okay, I didn't know.
Just
I feel like it's, no, I understand what this was for.
Yeah.
I'm just saying with other situations.
It's
where we
just
might-
bottom culverts, and that would only be when we did the work ourselves. If
Okay,
we don't do the work, we send it out to bid, and it's included.
it's included in that price. Okay, thank you.
And typically, anytime we get a big box culvert, we have it under a grant.
Okay.
Okay. that-
Usually if we are doing a big box culvert, it's under a grant or flood related.
No, I think you've got to back up, because I think this is why we put it, we voted on that the town did the engineering and not the contractor. So the contractor's bid would not include the engineering. So you have engineering under the town,
That's correct.
and that's why we voted for the town to pay it, because the contractors didn't want to pay it.
I 100% agree with that, so
Yeah.
given that,
Given that, have we got anything?
not aside from FEMA that we're working on now.
So I think we booked one is FEMA,
Mhm,
Bill Road is FEMA.
mhm.
The wall payment.
Unless we get another grant for another big project, we don't have anything on the schedule.
Right, if you have, it's just right, you get another grant, you're talking about a year and a half from now.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's next
So-
year.
so-
We'll have to deal with it this year.
If it comes up, you won't have no money in there for the engineering. No, I don't know, you should just put in $5,000 or $6,000 with the heck of it. You know,
I would say not to put money in it, because we don't have anything scheduled or planned for. And when we do, we'll be here in a year, when we have another project on the plan.
So next year you put the
We'll probably-
5,000. But that would be for. for forward.
yeah. If
I
nothing
hear
comes
you.
up, you know.
Yeah.
The only thing, John, is nothing comes up, then you've got $6,000 or $5,000 that you don't need.
But if this something didn't come up, you wouldn't have it, but that's.
So that would be, you're suggesting potentially putting it in there this year?
No, I can't think of anything that we're gonna be doing,
Right, okay.
unless a grant comes up that I don't know about. And I suppose it
You
could,
know about all this. Yeah, I can't think of anything. I wouldn't put a lot of money into this, just because we don't have anything planned for. I think it's hard to have this out there pick for something that we don't.
yeah, we come up with the money, but
Yeah.
if it didn't come up,
Okay.
So you want a total figure?
zero.
You kind of know.
Minus.
Well, I just took like the social security Medicare that I had filled in, but I
What are we
would
doing
tweak that
with
some
this?
more. Huh?
Is this total highway department?
Yeah,
Okay.
of all the columns, I came up with 841,755.
You went down.
How does that compare?
Last year was 847.
Alright, give me more money
I was
then.
gonna. say-
Yeah, no, I changed my mind.
It was all the
And
same.
what is the number again?
I have 841,755.
It's that $6,000 in engineering we just got.
Yeah.
Um,
I
Yeah.
was,
That's a-
sure, but that's kind of really.
You had 847, what?
841,
$755.
About $6,000.
Last year was 847,086.
086.
You can see it right next to,
Yeah,
yeah,
Well,
so we're doing better.
that's what we budgeted
That's
last
just
year.
a-
Well, that's the budget we had last year. Wait until we get to the general.
So technically I have another 6,000.
So you're level funding your budget.
Good.
which would be highly appreciated, I suspect.
But
Wait till next year.
Yeah, that would be good.
I need to figure out too, the insurance and really sure that. And like, when are you gonna come on to our insurance?
This after March,
Well, when you turn 26. Or
Oh,
unless
shit.
you wanna do,
yeah, I won't.
I mean, it's up to you, I mean, but you'll be booted
Well,
on
I'm
whatever
not-
you're on now. at
Yeah,
26.
obviously I'm not.
What's the new?
Stay put.
Yes, they put till I have to.
We'll probably be doing the new person's insurance.
When's he start? November,
So it's going to cost for a family plan.
Yes.
It costs
November
the
first.
town $38,532 a year for a family plan.
So are they still getting charged 5%?
5%.
And that's what the new guy will be coming on.
Well, we're
That's the
under
new one.
5,
So
Well,
is there any?
does he have,
negotiation?
does he have a family?
Yes.
Daughter.
And David is a family,
His wife works.
so that's why you're looking at 2 family plans.
Plus Lane will be coming on next year, won't he?
That's some of the dates we gotta think about. how
Will
they
Lane
go.
also be coming on next
Is there
year?
any
Yeah, I need
negotiation
to-
of changing that
Yeah. I'm not-
5% to
So
maybe
it's
8%?
both me and Lane adding on as
The
well,
board.
and Wyatt.
That's,
Well,
that's
can you give us figures
How's
of what
lot?
it's saving, like, if it was
what you would be saving right now.
8% or 10% increase? But they have
Well,
to pay?
the health insurance went up 11%. And we're lower than Cross Blue Shield, that's at that, MVP. A family plan costs $3,380, $3,380 a month for a family plan. If we did times you're saying 8%? So that would be $270 a week. Times 2. That's an eight, that's not right,
8%.
8, so that would be less percent. It's 33. Yeah, I'd have to figure it out when. Times 32 times 12, 32, 11. Times 12. So that would put us instead of 95, you're talking.
92.
3, because you're adding 3%.
Oh.
Take 3 since 95, so 92%. So it's times 92%. Equals 3,110, yeah, 3,109.60 compared to 3,211
But
a month. So you'd be saving. No, not quite $100.
across the board for our basically,
If you went the extra percentage.
I don't think it's worth it. I think the goodwill would it'd be terrible. So that would be folks, so. Strong.
Mhm.
Well, I was a town worker, so.
Yeah, it's what mainly what people come for.
It would be $100 savings.
For a whole year?
No, that's per month. Per employee. If they're on a family plan.
There's only 2.
Right, and then you've got myself who's on us, and we will have probably Morgan coming up on a 2-person, so there'll be 2 people on a 2-person.
I know the school, all the school budgets have to be cut 10% across the board.
The school budget, or you're talking
School budget.
insurance?
Yeah.
School budget.
Well, how can they do that?
They're gonna do it. That's what they.
No, I understand that, but how can you do that when you have inflation? And things are rising, how do you balance the budget? I don't understand.
Having been in the school for a long time, I'll tell you exactly how you lose supplies, every department gets less supplies.
Yeah, but
You
then
lay
the
off
kids suffer.
people. Oh, for sure. That was scary, but layoffs, that's a plus, if you're in contract negotiation here. There may be less increases, we had at one point, 2008, 2011, zero increase for 3 years.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, but that's why you don't have any teachers.
That's horrible, exactly.
I'll figure that out.
Well, I just, yeah,
Oh, you just did?
it's like $10.
Salaries, because they're out.
For me to draw extra?
Can't touch.
So you
You can't
Right,
change the
no.
salary, but you can
That
change
makes
the
it
future.
26.
You can't change.
So it's still cheaper to have them do it?
Well, I don't know.
No,
But
it's
at 26, that means you can only draw like 1,800 yards. With that money.
John, you wanna do?
Wow.
Do you wanna adjourn or do you wanna keep
I
going?
don't care. I get all night.
No, I mean, you're not.
I know.
That's,
Then we won't have to have 2 other meetings.
No. I'm
Yeah.
not.
All night?
That's what
well,
we're
I
doing.
technically can adjourn after this one, so.
All right, so somebody make a motion to adjourn.
Do we have any?
No, the next meeting, we're gonna do.
Yeah.
Because it's $100 down, that's $800 for the truck.
I don't.
That really is.
No, we don't have, we don't have any.
Because it's a town truck and it.
The next.
So that you can
meeting, we'll deal.
Lay it down,
with
it's like
helmets.
$7. And now,
And that's the
Can you
29th.
imagine they charge us $26
Whatever that Tuesday is, I think it's the 28th.
so
or 26 the yard?
16, I bet.
No,
He is
it's
doing
29. It's Thursday's not.
that year.
But anyway, that, no wonder
Next
the
time.
school system is.
Can we adjourn?
How happens every?
How do you-
How do you ask for it?
If you're gonna run the school, let's just say the peak business, the peak, it's $5,000. And they raise it, particularly what they did in the state now, because if you don't convert over, they're gonna raise the price of fuel. So the fuel's gonna go up, so what are you supposed to do? Yes,
We're still being recorded in a meeting.
all right,
Are we?
yeah, let's, somebody make a motion to adjourn.
Well, we have
Yeah.
other business and public comment.
Oh,
Said
yeah.
there wasn't any.
Is there other business?
No.
Do we have any public comment? No.
How about you, Amber, anything to say?
So all in favor, somebody make a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Okay, all in favor? Opposed? Okay. Good,
Thank
we're-
you.
We're done, but seriously, I mean,
Oh, it's horrible. Well.